What is up, everybody? Renfail here, diving into some more Rogue Trader. And I wanted to talk a little bit today about something that happened to me during a live stream recently as we were playing the Rogue Trader beta. And sort of, you get to choose in life how you react to certain events. So I was on my first playthrough of Rogue Trader, and I was on my this is my marksman character right here. And I got all the way to the end of chapter 1 and finished the big fight with that Chaos Marine at the starport, and got on the shuttle to come back to the ship, and nothing happened. I got to the ship and found myself, instead of going into chapter 2 as was supposed to happen, I suddenly had this confrontation with a bunch of unhappy insurgents, workers on my ship, and I had to quell this little mini rebellion. And as a result of that, I found myself with a game breaking bug where I was no longer able to progress the beta, and I essentially had the game just was I'm unable to do anything at this point. So I have no quests. The rumor of the void ship I've already visited. I have no orders. I have nothing to do, and I literally can't do anything. So essentially what's supposed to happen after you finish chapter 1, after you finish that big fight at the starport, is you get on your shuttle, go back to your ship, and there's animation sequences, and then you're off to chapter 2. And that didn't happen for me because of this event that decided to trigger. And I went online and I found, you know, Reddit threads and Steam threads and different places where people were talking about theories as to why this bug had happened. And maybe it was because of this, that, or the other. Maybe it was because of this. Maybe it was because of that. No one really has a workaround for it. So the only solution is, all right, well, I'll just restart. Now, here's where the disconnect happens, because for me, I don't view it as a big deal to have to restart after 25 hours of playing the game. And there's a reason for that. Now, if you read the Reddit threads and the Steam threads, most of the people who are coming across this issue, and there are a few dozen, it's not a rare thing, but it's not like a super common thing either, but it does happen. It's happened to dozens of people. Um, Most reactions are screw this, screw Owlcat games. I can't believe I just wasted 25 hours. I'm not going to play this game at launch. I want my money back. I have had the opposite reaction, because the reality for me is that I've been streaming my beta gameplay. And as someone who is a content creator on YouTube, and multi-streaming on YouTube and Twitch, I make money off of creating guides for games, which means playing these games multiple times from multiple viewpoints. Playing as a ranger, playing as, going back to like Baldur's Gate 3, play as a ranger, play as a rogue, play as a druid, play as a sorcerer, play as a wizard, doing multiple playthroughs so that you can make multiple character creation videos, make multiple guides, make multiple combat videos, so on and so forth. And so when something like that happens, it can be frustrating, I will admit. My gut reaction was, when it happened during the live stream the other morning, there was about 45 minutes of me hanging out with the community, going online, reading all the Reddit threads, and being somewhat frustrated that we had suddenly came to a grinding halt, an hour and a half into the stream, and we weren't able to continue the playthrough. But at the end of figuring out that I wasn't going to be able to just turn around and redo it, it was like, hey, it's no big deal. Now I'm going to turn around and create an adept. And the good thing about that is I have adepts in my party, but one of the things I've never taken the time to understand is how the clue system works. So the great thing about starting an adept from scratch is now I can create an adept character creation guide. I can create an adept guide for early gameplay. I can go ahead and create my marksman guide for early marksman gameplay. I can create a guide on the clue system and how that works, and I can go ahead and play the first 15 20 hours of the adept and see how I like it, and then I can turn around and do a fighter, which I still haven't done, and sort of continue that process of finding out what it is that I want to play when the game goes live. I'm leaning towards fighter, even though I traditionally will play like rogue characters. I don't see that there's any type of rogue characters in this game per se, like, because everybody can get like tech use to like unlock doors and stuff. So I'll probably just end up being like a fighter, because I have 6 people in my party. That's the beautiful thing, and I like the idea of being like a fighter at the forefront with, like, I don't know. Abelard is pretty awesome, is all I'm gonna say. Like, especially when he gets going and he gets midway through a fight and he has momentum and he can trigger that. I don't even know the name of the ability, which is why I need to play the rogue. I need to play the fighter more so that I understand the names of all the abilities. But when he triggers that ability he has, which allows him to, is he? Can I control him right now? No, I can only talk to him. Um, when he can basically get all his movement points and until the end of his turn, he could just go do like 4 or 5 attacks and he can just run across the battlefield and just mow down like multiple people. It's insane what he can do. And I looked at that and went, I actually might want to make a fighter because that's a lot of fun. Quick commercial break, everyone, to celebrate and give thanks to all of these amazing people who keep me on the air full time. Really appreciate the support. All you got to do is join as a member. You get access to private videos. You can also do super thanks on any upload or super chats and stickers on any live stream or premiere you see. And beyond that, don't forget we're multi-streaming over on Twitch now, so you can support over there as well. Thanks so much to everybody. Let's get back to the video at hand. But the point I'm making is you choose how you react to little things like that. And I see people get really upset about bugs sometimes in games. I saw a lot of commentary around Starfield and Baldur's Gate 3 from people who were just genuinely like they were having meltdowns because of a bug that they had to, reload the game to find a workaround for. And in a couple of cases, there were some game-breaking bugs for some people, and that could be very frustrating. But I guess because I do this for a living and I make content for money, essentially, it never bothers me to have to go back and do something with a different character because I'm going to get content out of that second playthrough, which allows me to do more guides, which allows me to further the algorithm's recognition of me creating content for a specific game, which in turn brings in ad revenue, which in turn brings in subscribers, which in turn brings in live stream viewers, which in turn brings in memberships and subscriptions on Twitch and super chats on YouTube and bits and cheers over on Twitch, and like it all contributes to the bills getting paid and my continuing evolution as a content creator and streamer. So I have a completely different outlook on like game breaking bugs that don't let me progress any further into a game because I can just turn around and start over from scratch with a different class. Now, like I said, I'll admit that can be frustrating when that happens, and I'm not necessarily going to do that with every game. There have been a couple of games I've played in the past where it was something where I wasn't having a lot of fun to begin with, and then I came across something that was like so like glaringly meh that I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna move on to the next game. But it wasn't a thing where I went out in public and made this ranty statement on a Reddit thread or on a Steam thread where I was like, screw this game, I want my money back. I honestly don't think I'll be 44 in January. I don't think I have ever in the history of me playing games, and I've played thousands of games at this point, I don't think I've ever, not once, asked for a refund on a video game. Ever. Ever. I have always gotten my money's worth out of a game, even when it's something that has bugs in it or it's something that I don't complete. I'm genuinely racking my brain right now to think if there's a game that I was so disappointed with that I asked for money back. And I don't think it is because a lot of the games I play are like free games from like Epic or Steam or GOG or Game Pass. And so I'm already getting those games anyway. It's not like I'm going out of my way to pay for them. So and in the case of a game like Road Trade, I'll buy it twice. Same thing with Baldur's Gate 3 because I buy the PC version, which is what I'm playing right now for early access. But then as soon as it goes live, I'll buy the Xbox version because I would prefer to play it on my Series X because I have a better Series X. That's a better machine than my 6-year-old laptop. So I think it just depends on the game. But I thought I would give you that insight, maybe help some of you who might be struggling with games that you play when you come across a bug. I promise you, if you can change your outlook just a little bit, you won't find yourself cursing the game developers as much, and you might get a little more enjoyment out of things and out of life in general. I don't know. Food for thought. That's my take on things. Like, subscribe, hit the bell icon. Daily streams, 5:30 a.m. Central, 8 p.m. Central, 2 times a day. See you there. Live streaming on Twitch and YouTube. Stay safe, everybody.